Ooh, this definitely gonna be a short episode.
All right. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Fanboy 4. I am one of your hosts. My name is Justin. Joining me as always is Brandon.
Hello.
Steven.
Stuff in my face. What's up?
And Tony.
Hello.
So we are back. Steven, how was your vacation? Now that you're on mute.
I am on mute. Vacation was wonderful. Weather was great, nice and relaxing. Didn't have to deal with the bullshit, you know.
Right.
It was good.
I know you got to see me.
I read comics.
Oh, you did read comics.
I know. Yeah, I'm all caught up on X-Men Blue. I read the Avengers one. I read Skyward.
Damn. How was Skyward?
Comic time.
I know this ain't a recommendation. But
yeah.
Except for doing
I recommend to start it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for that. Maybe eventually. I might actually wait for the trade and then read that and then maybe go from there. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, so we're back. We were gone last week. Stephen wasn't here, so we're the Fanboy 4, not the Fanboy 3, so we decided to skip a week. 4. So we're back, and we are going to do a kind of a fan casting episode like we have done time to time. But this one is actually going to be, we each have picked 4 characters that we want to see from like comics, obviously, that we want to see in like the MCU or the DCU or whatever that currently aren't or haven't been in those movies in a long time. So we'll get to that in a minute, but first, some news. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, I see a mute symbol. All right. Anywho, Sony says that PS4 is entering the final stage of its lifespan, but that in March 2021 is when they will begin to look beyond the PS4 console. So what do you guys think about the fact that most likely, based on that, we will not see a PS5 for at least 3 years?
That's fine. I'm happy with. I mean, I think just for like on Xbox and PS4, I mean, the games, everything looks pretty damn good right now. I mean, I haven't been like craving like, oh man, I need better graphics now. Everything looks like really good still right now. So yeah, I'm fine.
That's totally fine with me. In fact, if it was even longer, I'd be fine with that. Because like you said, like even from like the PS3 to the PS4, I mean, you can notice a little bit of a difference, but it's like not so massive like it used to be. And I feel like going from PS4 to PS5 will be even smaller. Like it'll just be little details and things. And if anything, it'll be games running at better frame rates, like kind of like PC games do right now and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe they upgrade to kind of match the One X. I mean, even though the One X is like a lot faster still. I mean, even so, them both at where they are now, I don't really see a need. Like, I don't see how. Like, I know it can get a lot better looking, but I don't see it being time for like a big ass jump. Maybe, like you said, everything runs better in 4K. I mean, everything runs in like crisp in 4K. Maybe that, but yeah.
My thing is the Xbox One X is fast. Like it's just everything loads faster. There doesn't seem to be like in open games sometimes when you go from one section to the other, there's like a small loading time. I'm not too sure how it is on the PlayStation because obviously I don't really play it. And then the other thing kind of really is 3 years with the way games are going and like the amount of content people can put in games. Is that going to be a limitation? Like without a new Sony console for 3 years? Like that's, I mean, I'm sure like God of War and Horizon like this, it seemed like they had a lot to do. But if you could get a newer PlayStation faster, imagine the size and the scope of games that they could make.
Yeah. Like the one thing we did say about, I think a while, but maybe not even on Fanboy 4, maybe before on the old podcast, was that like with the Xbox One X, we're like, it would be really cool if they would make games that just was only on the X. And maybe that's why in 3 years from now, that's when they'll make that like cutoff of like, okay, we're going to put out a new system so that we can like get the full use of all this horsepower that we have in these machines. And maybe, you know, because I know Microsoft at least wants to make sure everything going forward is backwards compatible with the next thing, basically. Like, so when there's the Xbox One X successor, whatever that's called. Like all the Xbox One games will work on it. All the 360 games that they've ported up will work to it. Everything on the original Xbox backwards compat will work with it. Like that's the goal that they want to do is like one ecosystem that continually moves forward. So
PlayStation will need to do that.
Yeah, and as of now, like in terms of like TV quality itself, there hasn't been like any huge advancements or anything like that. So
right.
It gives them time to wait to see what's next for visual presentation.
12K.
Yeah.
Josh said it saves him money.
Yeah, it saves me money too.
Yeah. So when did these systems come out?
Like 2013, I think.
Let's see. Xbox One came out.
I'm pretty sure the PS. Okay, I'm pretty sure the PS4 came out a little bit before. I think.
Let's see. PlayStation 4.
Is it like,
it was like a week earlier. Yeah, so 2013, so you figure 2021. That's actually a shorter lifespan than the 360 and PS3 had, so that's a little interesting. But then again, they said that's when they'll start to look beyond the future of PS4, which, that doesn't mean 2021, March of 2021, that's when something's coming out. But I think generally speaking, I think we all kind of like none of us are seem to be in a rush.
Yeah, I'm not really in a rush.
No.
What a rush!
But you know what? I'm sure we'll get a new PS4 and Xbox before we get a new Pokemon game. So a real Pokemon game.
Why you gotta hit him like that?
Mysterio. He's rumored to play Mysterio in Spider-Man: Homecoming 2, if that's even the official title. But what do we think about that casting?
Damn, there could have been a point where we had two Batmans in a Spider-Man movie. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm okay with it. Like, I mean, like it's weird because it's like Jake Gyllenhaal is like he's always. I feel like he's a really good actor, but his movies are kind of hit or miss themselves. But like, I mean, he's already played a pretty good villain in what is it, Nightcrawler?
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
is that the one where he was like a paparazzi?
Yeah,
basically, yeah. And then, so I mean, I don't know. I think he's a really good actor. So I mean, it'll be interesting how they go with like costume design. That's the biggest thing I'll be interested in, I guess.
My question:
I don't think they can do the fishbowl.
Do you think he'll be the only villain, or do you think this is kind of part of like I don't know? There was like at the post scene was kind of like hinting Sinister Six.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I really hope that he's the focus. I mean, I have no problem with like minor characters. Like how they had Tinkerer in Homecoming, even though they never really actually called him that. He was just like like he was that character that made all those suits and stuff like that. So I'm okay with they have like another like B, like. But then also they had Shocker too. So like I'm okay if they have like the B list like villains that just kind of off to the side, but like I'd rather have Mysterio be the focus.
Well, Michael Keaton was also confirmed to be in the second one too, so he's going to be obviously reprising his role as Vulture. So we could have two villains.
Two.
That always works out.
And then this kind of actually like folds into our topic pretty well.
Yeah. Spoilers. Jeez.
Damn. Kevin Feige says Kamala Khan is in. They're thinking about bringing her. Well, I think they actually said that she was coming to the MCU. But they were like in talks basically to figure it out. They haven't casted anyone, obviously, but.
Man, I wish I knew about this before
Damn.
Like,
all right, well.
So what do you think?
How good
how
our production is.
Yeah.
Here, why don't we do this, Tony? What do you have on it? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I really have no thoughts on it. Okay.
How about you, Steve? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's cool. I mean, bring as many characters as we can to live action is my philosophy.
Yeah. My guess is that obviously she hasn't been casted. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a little ways off. Like they'll probably establish Captain Marvel first.
Yeah.
Before, because like that's her hero. From what I remember, like I haven't actually read anything other than Champions, but
I wonder if they put somebody in Captain Marvel like towards the end, like whoever they get, they put in Captain Marvel, and then we see them in Captain Marvel,
or like hint at her,
right?
Like they did with Miles in Home.
Like she could be in a post-credit scene or something like that.
Yeah, just have like some little Indian girl be like, "Oh, like like, inspired."
Right. Well, speaking of who plays her, I think we should just move into the topic. And Brandon should go first.
So I guess,
Brandon, who do you think should play Kamala Khan?
So this is actually pretty tough, like because there are very little amount of like I guess like Hollywood actresses that
Bollywood.
I know, but I was also so actually I'm like split between two people, and one of them is a Bollywood actress. It's just like I didn't know if I should go with her because like what if she can't speak English? It's like so I guess I'll give you both of my choices. So the first one is hopefully I pronounce this right. Geraldine Viswanathan, I think. It's basically the most recent thing she's been in. She was in that movie, The Blockers, with John Cena. Like, yeah. She's she's John Cena's daughter, actually. So
did you just do this?
I didn't see it.
Get out of here. Yeah.
So she's a pretty up and coming, I guess, actress. She's actually Australian, but she's got like Middle Eastern descent and stuff like that. So, and I mean, she definitely kind of looked the part, and she seemed like I was watching like an interview of her and stuff like that, and she seems to have like the quirkiness that Kamala has. And like, I mean, I could see her like fan-gasming over like Captain Marvel or something like that.
Did anybody actually see Blockers?
No,
I didn't.
Okay. I mean, it looked kind of funny, like a.
It does.
You
look
just
like
want to
something
watch something on Netflix type thing, but
I actually heard it was really good. I think I had one of my my cousins saw it or something like that, and she said it was pretty good.
How old? Do you know how old this girl is?
I don't.
Because I mean, she should be in her like late teens, right? Like that's what Kamala Khan kind of is like.
Yeah,
mid to late teens.
I honestly don't know how. It's weird because like there's not much on her. Oh wait, she was born in '95, so that would make
so
her.
She's 23.
Yeah.
They can age her up or down, whatever.
I mean, she definitely looks like she could play a teenager. So I mean, she just did in.
This is true. Yeah, she did just play a high schooler.
So, and then my other option was like a Pakistani actress named Hania Amir. I hope I said that right. It's HANIAAMIR. And how did
you find her?
A lot of research. Like because I was just trying to find like like I think the general term I went with was South Asian like actresses under so I was like
under 30 or something.
Yeah. So
yeah. Either one.
She just kind of looked like she could play the part, So
yeah. That'd be pretty cool. Well, we're definitely gonna get her, so it'll be interesting. That the one that you picked actually would probably might be a good it might be a good show. Yeah, the first one might be a good choice for who they actually pick.
Yeah,
which would be pretty interesting.
Mindy Kaling's trying to be. He's like wants to be it. I'm like, you're too old, I think.
Right. And then it's so funny because like I was like trying to research. I was like, when one of the research or some of the searches I was doing, I was like, who could play Miss Marvel or Kamala Khan or whatever, and it was always like the pre. The chick from Baywatch, like the bad, like she was the evil one. Like
from
it was
what?
like, from Baywatch, the new movie Baywatch.
Oh,
I can't remember her name. Bianca
One
Chopra?
the
Yeah.
okay.
And I was like,
okay, I gotcha.
she's like the same age as Brie Larson. That doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah, she's 36.
oh, so she's older.
Yeah. One name that came to mind with that was Frida Pinto. The one thing I know her from is Slumdog Millionaire, but she's a little older. She's 33, but in actress years that's a little older.
Okay.
Especially for someone playing.
I also didn't know Mindy Kaling's almost 40.
Yeah.
Man, we getting old. Y'all old. I ain't old.
Shit.
Wait a minute. So wait, did so that the girl that you said that was in Baywatch, the Priyanka Chopra? Did you know that she was a voice for Miss Marvel in Marvel Avengers Academy?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I know. I actually considered the actress that's going to voice her in the new Secret Avengers cartoon, but she's a little bit older too. Or not Secret Avengers.
Marvel Rising, or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever that cartoon.
Secret Warriors.
Secret Warriors.
Secret Warriors. That's it.
Yeah. Who's going to voice Catherine Kavari?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Cool.
Steven, what's your first one?
My first one. Who do we want to go to here? My first one is going to be an X-Men character.
Ooh.
Iceman. He's my favorite X-Man. So I'm gonna go with Iceman, and the person I have for this, and I'm trying to go towards a younger crowd, like kind of is Finn Wolfhard.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah.
The guy the kid from Stranger Things and It. Iceman is kind of a funny, like sarcastic all the time, like teenage boy is what I'm assuming, like what I'm imagining, and just from his two characters in Stranger Things and It. We're just like, I feel like he could play that part kind of well.
Yeah,
that was basically it. I mean, I kind of went for I didn't really go for looks. I just thought of an younger actor who I thought could portray that funny kind of sarcastic, role.
Mm-hmm.
So Finn Wolfhard, that's my first one.
Finn Wolfhard. Tony, what's your first one?
All right. So my first one is Plastic Man.
Ooh.
And the actor. So I didn't realize this when I actually made this list. I'm gonna keep in line with the DCU now, the movie universe now, where everybody is a little older. Well, Batman's older. I'm gonna say Plastic Man is Jim Carrey. I'm casting him as Jim Carrey.
Ooh, that would be good.
Because the Plastic Man is he is humorous. He can kind of do he shape. He can stretch. I think of the mask. You think of
that's what I was gonna say.
A slightly less zany mask. So
right.
Jim Carrey, there you go. Plastic Man.
Jim Carrey's good in really anything he does, so I'm with it. I'm for it.
He's gonna kill Superman. Fill all his pores with plastic.
Plastic doesn't kill Superman.
How old is Jim Carrey? 56.
He's probably in his 50. He's in his 50s.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That might have been my weakest one.
First one.
Ooh. Maybe. We'll see.
My first one I'm going to go with is... I'll start with Poison Ivy. I think that I would really like to see her. And I would like to see her be played by Alexandra Breckenridge.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
From I think O'Hara, whatever her name is, from American Horror Story Season 1, The Maid. She played the maid in that. Yep. And she shows like she's like got that like twisted, almost like sex appeal kind of thing. Because like
have you seen anything else that she's in? Because she also has sex appeal in everything else that she's in.
Right. I was thinking like that's what I specifically was thinking about, like how she was like the maid, and she was like, I don't know, those creepy almost, but like not really creepy, but just like twisted a little bit. Like so
I think Brandon has, I don't know if Tony has seen True Blood, where she's in that.
Yeah, I heard she was in that too.
Yeah,
Which season?
I think 2 or 3, I think, is the one that she's in.
I probably just don't remember.
Yeah. But she was the queen of Mississippi or something like that. Like one of the royal vampires, and she basically the same type of thing that you're talking about, Justin, where she's kind of like a dark sex appeal type thing. Like that was what her character did.
Yeah,
But
I think she can use the main actress that's in Westworld right now. I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Rachel Evan Wood. Rachel.
Yeah.
Evan Rachel
Wait, what
Wood.
about what about her, Brandon?
Rachel Wood.
Wait,
I always confuse those two actresses.
Maybe
she was. She was the queen. No, wait, she was the like.
She was
queen
actually,
in-
yeah, Evan Rachel Wood was
Yeah.
the queen, but
I get him.
Alexandra Breckenridge was also in True Blood.
They look alike. But who is she? Who is she in True Blood?
It said Katarina something.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But either way, I like it.
continue.
I was just going to say that Poison Ivy was one that I was going to add, but I went a slightly different direction.
I just well, and the thing is too is like yesterday I finally got caught up on Batman because I was like 7 issues back, and I read the whole like the one arc was all Poison Ivy. So then, like I started really like thinking about it. I was like, oh, yeah, that would be a good one because I was like kind of also figuring that out too. Like I already had 2, but I need 2 more. I was like, Poison Ivy, that's a good one. But Brandon number 2.
All right, so my next choice is Nova, but Sam Alexander's version.
Okay.
So basically, I wanted like to kind of bring in a bunch of newer, like younger characters that like Spider-Man could interact with more so than like like actually like on his level, I guess, so to speak, instead of just like constantly looking up to like Captain America and Tony and stuff like that. So
nobody looks up to Tony.
Everybody looks up to me.
So I went with the actor. His name is MJ Anthony.
Now you're making shit up.
It's spelled EMJAY Anthony. And so probably most notable things he's been in is Krampus and Chef with what's his name? The director of Iron Man.
Jon Favreau?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jon Favreau?
Yeah. So he's actually only like 14, I think, or something like that. But I figured by the time they started like film, he'll be a little bit older. And like, I really wanted to go with someone that's like actually like at least half Hispanic, because that's Sam is as well in the comics. So, like I almost went with the another Stranger Things character, Gatton.
Matanzaro.
Yeah, I almost went with him. I feel like he would actually pull off the part pretty well, because Sam is kind of more of like a goofball like character than anything else. So
is he the one that's in the Champions?
Yes.
The young. Okay. Jesus, this with Kamala Khan. You're casting all the. Are you casting the Champions?
Should have just kept going. No, but that's actually
show next
for the younger characters. That's it. So.
Hey, so little tidbit, that MJ Anthony kid was in a TV movie called Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie.
Oh, it was that parody thing or whatever? Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know. Is it my turn?
I think so. Yes.
All right, so I'm going to go. My next one is Riri Williams. I'm again trying to keep the younger crowd, the next generation. The one I went with was Amandla Stenberg. The most notable thing you probably know her from is the Hunger Games. She was Rue in the Hunger Games. So she kind of looks the part, and I liked her character in that. I haven't really seen her in anything lately, but she's a little older now, so she's kind of in that age range that Riri Williams would be, and and that's pretty much. I don't know really. I just looked at stuff, and that's my choice.
That's your choice.
Before we go to Tony, I just want to pause and say that the Capitals are winning 1-0.
Yeah. Oh shit! I meant to have that going. All right, Tony, you can go ahead.
All right. So my next one is Constantine, since he hasn't had a movie in quite some time, and could have did a little more digging and found somebody a little better. But I'm curious about this actor, Kit Harington. I'm curious as to how he would be as a Constantine.
Okay.
Kind of cut his hair, shave him a little bit.
Would you dye it
Feel
blonde?
he could be- Ooh. I might keep it. Yeah, I might keep it. We'll keep it black. We'll keep it black for the sake of it. So I'll pick him. Just and
I wonder if
I just
I wonder if there's a
interested.
picture on Google with him being blonde.
I wonder
Oh,
to see.
so there's a picture with him in a Daenerys wig.
Does it look like Constantine?
No, it does not look like Constantine.
No, Kit Harington, Constantine.
Kit Harington, Constantine. I'd like to see him body. Like I'd like to see him be in either the DC or Marvel universe.
Nightwing. God damn.
There you go.
God damn.
My next one, I'll just stick with my. I did 2 Marvel, 2 DC, so I'll just do my other DC one. Is Catwoman, and I went with Amelia Clark.
Who?
Amelia Clark.
How funny. Look at that.
You don't even watch Game of Thrones.
2 Game of Thrones in a row. 2 Game of
Right?
Thrones.
I know, right? Yeah, but I was like thinking, I was trying to find someone that was kind of like not like so like smaller, maybe a little bit shorter, a little more like agile looking, I guess would be the word. And like I looked her up, and then like she came up. I don't remember what I even searched to bring that up. And then like I was like, then I searched her with like black hair, and then I was like, okay. And I'm like, if you made that a little bit shorter, then all of a sudden that would be boom, it'd be perfect. So I went with Catwoman for Amelia Clark. Geez, yeah, okay, I guess I am casting, aren't I? Do I have anyone else? I don't think so. Okay.
I'm gonna jump in front of Brandon because I also have a Catwoman casting. That was mine. Morena Baccarin, I think is her last name.
Baccarin, I think.
That's the woman in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Vanessa, that was my other choice. That's fucking hilarious. That was my original.
Yes. And so recently she's come out and said that she would want to play Catwoman. And so I was like, just, looking at her again, and I was like, she could probably pull off.
Yeah. Plus she's got the sex appeal thing just from Deadpool 1, if you think about it. Like even with the short hair, you can kind of visualize it.
Yeah. There was something else she was in too.
Damn, Earl.
She's in Gotham, wasn't
She's in Gotham. Yeah. She's actually married to the guy who plays Gordon.
Damn. DC has a lot of female characters that are just like sex appeal. I just realized. Harley Quinn,
sex appeal.
Poison Ivy, Power Girl. List goes on. Like Wonder Woman's like the one that's not.
I don't know. Gal Gadot's got some pretty good sex appeal.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying, but that's like not what her character.
Oh, the character.
Like, it's not a part of her character. Like Catwoman, that's very much a part of her character. Like Poison Ivy, same thing. Harley Quinn, I guess a little bit, but not really.
That's crazy.
They kind of made it so in the movie, in Suicide Squad, the movie, but
but in like
really true to the comics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to judge in front, but
that's all right. So, my next character, I actually considered Kit Harington for, but I did it with the different actor who I think is much better for this. But I went with Moon Knight. So, obviously, like he's like kind of a crazy version of Batman, for the most part. So, and the actor I went with was Michael C. Hall from Dexter's fame.
Okay.
So basically, I felt like it was perfect because it's like, because Moon Knight is like a character who's crazy, but he knows he's crazy,
right?
Like he's lucid enough to like control it almost, and that's like almost exactly what Dexter is. Like he knows there's something wrong with him, but he's capable of, but he's still like kind of has to like deal with it. So
God, that'd be great Netflix series.
Dexter with a cape, huh?
Yeah. Huh?
Dexter with a cape.
Dexter with a cape. Yes, exactly. What is it? What is he? The Dark Passenger? Is that what he calls himself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
God, now I want that to be like a Netflix series. I think that'd be
Aren't they looking at doing that? I thought they were.
I think there is like rumors for like something involving him, because they teased them a long time ago in Civil War, like the character.
Stephen S. DeKnight is interested in a Moon Knight TV. He's the guy who directed Pacific Rim Uprising.
April 23rd, 2018. Marvel confirms Moon Knight is in the MCU's near future.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Movieweb.com. I don't know what the hell that is, but
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
that would be cool though.
It'll be good for Disney's streaming service. That'd be a good. Like they could do so many shows like that, where they could put it on there.
Yeah.
I think we actually had talked a little bit about that. Was that in the party chat, Justin, when we were playing Xbox the other day? Talking about like the Fantastic Four and like X-Men, like making them.
Yeah.
Netflix
I think that was in the chat.
Somebody talking about it with somebody.
All right, so I think we were on Tony. Yeah.
Well, that was you, Steven.
He skipped
Catwoman.
Oh, you did Catwoman.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So my third one is going to be, even though he's been mentioned, he has never been seen in DCU, is Darkseid. And for Darkseid, I would have it be Christopher Judge. Do any of you know who that is?
That sounds really familiar.
So he was the voice of a video game character very, very recently.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Wait, is he Kratos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Boy.
He was also in. Do you guys remember the Stargate TV show?
Yeah.
I
was
think
one
that
of the
looks
black.
familiar.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's who that guy voices. So I feel like he has a very, just from him being Kratos, Darkseid always catches me as he's obviously a really bad guy, but he's also like a calm-ish bad guy. So he can be very threatening and very intimidating, but fucking calm in the same way. So that'd be a good thing. That'd be a good match.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's weird. When Steppenwolf came up, he was just like, boy.
He could actually just smack Superman around and be like, listen here, boy.
We're Super Boy.
We're Super Boy.
Good guy.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Steven fucked up everything. So my next thing is Norman Osborn. I kind of am hoping that, based off what happened in Avengers, obviously I'm hoping that Spider-Man is okay, I'll just say. And I'm hoping that when he does, he's kind of scared off from the whole cosmic realm of stuff and kind of gets more New York, which I'm kind of assuming is what they'll do anyways. But so I went with Norman Osborn because I feel like he would be, obviously we already know that most likely Mysterio is the villain of the next one, but maybe in the one after that, maybe they start getting Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn and all that stuff. But I'd want Norman Osborn to be played by Jason Isaacs. I just feel like he can kind of play that character well. He's a good actor. Obviously he was Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter, and he's played characters where he's played a good bad guy in the past, and he can definitely pull it off, I think.
I like it.
Yeah. I'd even be fine if they got Brandon's approval. Feel good.
I hope you get my next approval, because that one's gonna be the one that's weird.
Ooh.
Wait, how
okay.
many have you done?
He's done 3.
I've done
I'm about to do my
Oh,
last
Justin. Okay, that's right. Okay.
It's now when everybody's fourth, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right, so my last one is a DC one, and it kind of goes with what Tony was talking about in the past, how DC should focus more on doing separate stories that kind of intertwine or are kind of sort of semi-connected. So and I chose Batman Beyond. So and obviously I would do Terry, and my actor would be Dylan O'Brien. So I mean, he's been in a lot of action movies lately, and I feel like he already looks the part, and I feel like he could definitely fill the role of action wise and stuff like that. So
I missed who you said.
It's Dylan O'Brien.
Okay, he actually was going to be my Iceman.
Okay. And then just for fun, I did the Bruce Wayne as well, just because he's an important character in that, as Ed Harris. So,
I mean,
he's already the Man in Black in Westworld, so why not be another?
Funny you should bring up Westworld.
All right, well, Tony, we can just go straight to you then, because that sounds like an intro.
Damn. All right. So I'm gonna be very gonna be as gentle as I can about this actress because I can't. Brandon hasn't. I can't spoil something. So, my last DCU character is Batgirl, and the actress is I'm gonna say her name wrong. It's Katja. It's Katja Herbers.
Mhm.
I think it's Katya.
Katya.
Yeah.
So
Kitty Pride.
So this is you probably can't see it. This is her. Oh, you definitely can't tell.
I see.
Yeah,
I can kind of see her.
yeah. So I picked her. I recently saw her in Westworld. She's a character in that show. She has very strong characteristics, kind of like a barber. Seems very smart from what I can see, and I think now I looked up. She's 37, so it would kind of work in the DCU now because I would assume Barbara would be older now. I feel like she's in her teens when she's Batgirl originally, and Batman's been Batman for 20 years, so the age range actually does kind of work in her favor. She still looks youngish, so yeah, there you go.
Katya Herbers.
She's very good in Westworld.
Katya.
Is it first season or just the second one?
Huh?
Is she in the season?
She's just in this season.
Oh, okay.
I haven't mute myself.
watched the season yet. Cool.
Can't tell you anything about her. Can't tell you
That's
nothing.
fine.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
my
spoilers. We
She's actually
spoil a
Anthony
lot on the
Hopkins.
show,
She's
Oh my god!
She's Anthony Hopkins.
Jesus Christ. All right, so my last one is actually a Spider-Man villain. And I went with Kraven the Hunter.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but like when I used to watch that, like I used to watch the show when we were younger, Kraven was just one of the villains that I was drawn to. And an interesting casting choice. I was having a tough time with this, but I went with Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Actually, with Kraven.
Whoa.
And,
Bulk him up
Right?
a little bit more.
yeah, that's and
He's definitely got the facial hair for it.
that's what that's really the only thing I can think of. I almost went with Joe Manganiello.
Okay. That would work too.
Yeah, so I mean, but I don't know. I almost went with him because he was like he's more jacked obviously than Keanu Reeves is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I decided with Keanu.
He's gonna shoot the shit out of Spider-Man.
Well, so my take was that he would be.
I don't know where your puppy is, guy.
That'd be pretty interesting, actually. That was my. We could go with Joe Manganiello or Keanu Reeves, but either one.
Yeah.
Oh, so the last one now. All right, so kind of the way I was thinking about this was, so yeah, Norman Osborn would maybe be like the villain in the third Spider-Man movie, but then I was hoping like in the second and the third that they'd kind of build like the MJ storyline, and eventually they would do kind of a Brand New Day kind of thing, because ever since Brandon showed me that, I was just like, oh, but the one villain I always really, really liked from that was Mr. Negative.
Yeah.
And if they kept it Mr. Negative, I'd want Donnie Yen, because I hear Jet Li's not doing so well. I mean, if he is doing well, Jet Li wouldn't be a bad idea either. But I actually think, because I've noticed something with like the Spider-Man kind of universe that they're building right now, like MJ isn't like a redhead white chick, and like Flash Thompson isn't who you normally think is Flash Thompson, and like there's a lot of different things about it. So I actually think they should make it Miss Negative and have it be Lucy Liu.
Ooh. Okay.
I think that would be really cool. Like just all, because like it's not really, I think, a big deal. They like and make her like. I think they should kind of go towards like more like the crime lords, like where you like have like Hammerhead, and you eventually maybe make Kingpin from the what's his name, Vincent D'Onofrio or whatever his name is. Like move him up to the movie universe or whatever, and like kind of have like him fighting and like Spider-Man kind of like in the middle almost kind of thing.
I'd like that. That's pretty cool.
Isn't Mr. Negative
2 for 2.
one of the ones? Isn't Mr. Negative one of the villains in the new game coming out?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I recognized.
Yeah, from what I understand, the story in the game is like heavily influenced by like the Brand New Day era.
Yeah,
that's why he's one of the main villains. But yeah,
I like it.
So I was like, oh, make it a female. Lucy Lou.
I like how
Nailed
we're
it.
like we're building all this Spider-Man universe. They need to keep
I know,
Tom
that's-
Holland.
To be honest,
and
like,
he needs, like
yeah,
they
I
need
wouldn't be that upset if they just kind of like separated Spider-Man. Like he was still in the MCU, almost like the Netflix shows or Agent of Shield, but just had like the Spider-Verse and just like really like fleshed it out. Like I would be
I'd
because like
okay
he
with
has
it
enough
doing
stuff.
well, you know, like I mean, because like obviously they've tried to world build with the Amazing Spider-Man, but didn't work out so well, you know. Like they can't rush it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm fine with Spider-Man interacting with like the major Avenger films and stuff like that, but I think it'd be cool if they just kind of like gave him his own corner and was just like, here you go, and like Venom is kind of there, and like kind of just like I don't know how they could do separate. Like they could, I don't know what they would actually do separate movies about, but that's the only thing. Because it all had to be like Spider-Man, so it's like, well, how do you really flesh it out with doing? I mean, I guess you could do like just a movie with just about like the Daily Bugle, maybe, and like kind of like flesh out like the characters from there, like have like Norman and stuff. I don't know.
Well, I know the next Sony Spider-Man universe movie is supposed to be Black and Silver or something like that.
Yep.
With it's Black Cat and Silver Sable. So I mean, I mean they could possibly introduce a few characters there. I know actually, I think I heard a rumor that like Scorpion is actually supposed to be the villain of that movie. I don't know.
I feel like the Spider-Man universe is one of the ones from Marvel that there's so much stuff that they could do within it, and it's similar to like the Batman universe, like how the Batman there's so many villains, there's so many other characters where you could basically build a franchise around that. But like Brandon said, they have to do it right.
Yeah, or make Hawkeye fight him like they do with Green Arrow. Just have it's like have different villains for different movies.
Side note. Funny, actually, you mentioned Green Arrow. Did you see that Stephen Amell came out and said that Green Arrow would beat any iteration of Hawkeye?
Okay,
I can see it.
I was like, that's
I can see it.
I can see it.
I was like, that's a pretty big thing to say. I mean, when you show some shit, you got to say something, right?
Yeah.
God damn. Where's Hawkeye show?
Hey, better yet, where's Hawkeye? Period.
I'm about to say, where's Hawkeye?
This is true. This is true.
Well, did you see? I think I posted it in our group chat, like the link to like the article where the directors answered like a bunch of questions about the movie Infinity War, and one of them was like, "So where is Hawkeye?" And they were like, "It's like we can't tell you. Like we're like, don't worry, we did something with the character. We actually they were like, we really love the character so much that we gave him a secret like storyline that we just can't tell you right now." So it's like, all right,
I guess.
Oh, Brandon, Aaron's dad wants to know what the Caps prediction is. Caps win 3-0. That's the prediction. Unless it's like
I don't
shut up, Justin.
2-1. I feel like it'll be close.
Caps win, but then lose, get swept by the Vegas Golden Knights.
I don't even care. Like if they can go to the finals, I'll be happy. Yeah. Like I'm already pretty happy with their.
Steve, I was like, every one of your teams, they always like make it there, like to that area, and then there's like, nah.
Well, it's like no DC team has played like a Game 7 like conference final in like 20 years.
Wow.
So, and no DC team has been to the championship in like since the Redskins went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In 92, right?
No,
91?
No, 92. Because I was 3. Or
good
4.
God. That's Josh. You should stop. Josh said, "Is Silver Sable the name of old wrestler Sable goes by now?" Get out of here, Josh. Get out of here.
While we're wrestling real quick, Tony, what do you think about SmackDown moving to Fox next October?
Oh, is that actually happening? I have not
October
watched
2019. I guess Fox when the Disney deal is supposed to close. Mm-hmm. So, and that's when they're going to start moving like news and sports, from what I understand. So,
wait,
but
so
they lost the
Disney,
UFC deal. So,
so that means Disney going to own WWE?
That's the weird part. I don't know. Like from what I understand, I think that I don't know. I don't think they will. I think that's what Fox is retaining is like their news and their sports. But
did you see that
So Jafar might get a Stone Cold Stunner?
Did you see that Comcast, like the report that Comcast has like banked up enough money to outbid Disney? Like
and an all cash deal too.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, that I guess they were originally offering, I think, either the same or more than Disney originally. Like they've offered them 2 deals, and Fox was just like, no, we don't want to deal with you. Basically, like they just kind of like refused the deal because they're just like, we don't like you. It's nothing to do with your money. Your money is great, but we don't like you in particular.
There's no. I feel like there's no reason, not a single reason, to go with Comcast over Disney. Like,
and
I
feel like even if that happens, Disney will just be like, "Yeah, okay, we'll just up our deal." And they'll just like, I don't know. And then, like I said, is Comcast really going to make?
We're buying Comcast,
right? Like, is Comcast really going to make like keep making X-Men movies? Like, is that really something that they want to do, or they just want to be like, all right, we own all the channels and stuff now, so now we can just be like, all right, here Disney, here's X-Men, here's Fantastic. Like, would they sell them to them, or like, how would that even? What would happen then? That's what I really want to know.
Yeah, I don't know.
From what I understand, from what I read in the one article is that they said it's not very likely that Fox would just dip, but because it would cost them, I think, like $1.2 billion to void their deal with Disney, I guess. Like they have a clause in the deal where they can they retain a deal where they can get out of it. They're not like locked to it, but it would cost them money. They'd have to pay Disney like some $1 billion. So
what exactly is like holding them up from completing the deal?
I guess it's like regulations and like there's bunch of stuff.
Regulations as far as like having a monopoly and having so many assets. Because if that happens, then Disney would have Fox and ABC, and ESPN,
and majority of Hulu,
and everything. Like Disney.
Like if this goes through, this is like, I know for us, we're like, yeah, Disney gets X-Men and stuff, but like there's a lot of stuff that like they would have a ton of like stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you think of like 20th Century Fox, would be Disney. Like everything would be Disney. It's crazy.
It's fucking cray.
Shit's cray.
Ain't it, Jay?
Chick-fil-A.
What's she order? Chick-fil-A. Okay, Kanye.
All right, we're done.
End this.
Boy.
All right, so we are the Fanboy 4. This was episode 9. Thank you for joining us, everyone that watched. You can follow us on Twitter at Fanboy4Pod. I believe that's right? Yeah. Okay. You go onto our Facebook. You go in that search bar, put in Fanboy 4. We should be the top result. Follow us there. Share us with your friends. YouTube, same thing. Fanboy 4. Instagram, we don't really use it, but you can definitely follow us there. Maybe something will pop up. You never know. I am Leviathan426. Brandon is Red03BMC. Steven is Galvinator93.
No, my paper's gone.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah. Tony is at Tony Brown on Twitter. That's our Twitter things. Also, Tony also does another project called Super Game Brews. Brews like beer, BREWS. They just put up an episode, I believe, with Far Cry 5, right?
Yep, I think that's the last episode of Far Cry. I think we're still gonna be just doing Super Mario World, but then I think next we're moving to Donkey Kong. I'm doing Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and we're putting a few interesting things in the videos now. So, but if you if anybody actually watched, you would know.
If anybody actually watched, you would know that. But so follow him at Super Game Brews, or also look him up on YouTube. Tony uses Instagram. He's Omega Sanction _.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and otherwise Galvinator93 on Instagram. I don't really use Instagram. Brandon doesn't use Instagram to my knowledge. So
what's on Instagram?
What's Instagram? So thank you for joining us once again. Share us.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Mr. I don't actually know how to, wait, what's this? Isn't it Hysan? Hysan. Thank you, Thank you, Dave. There, I was just saying. Dave. And you probably ain't watching anymore, so it doesn't even matter. But anyways, thanks for watching. We will be back most likely next week. So have a wonderful.
Caps.
Yeah, go Caps.